Good morning, friends. I am Dr. K. Padmanabh, working in Maharani Science College as a Associate Professor of Chemistry. Today, I am going to talk about the structure of glucose. Carbohydrates are naturally occurring organic compounds present in plants and animals. Most of the carbohydrates present in plants tissue. Plant tissue is nothing but the cellulose, and fruits they contain starch. Fruits and seeds they contain starch. So cellulose is known as structural polysaccharide. Starch is known as storage polysaccharide of plants. In animals, the food what we consume is ultimately converts into glucose, and finally excess of glucose converts into glycogen and stored. It is the storage polysaccharide of animals. All carbohydrates are composed of three elements: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio 1:2:1. The empirical formula of carbohydrates is CH2O. Before the structure of these compounds were identified, they were thought of hydrates of carbon, hence the name is given carbohydrate. After the structure of carbohydrates were discovered, they do not contain water of hydration. Hence the name carbohydrate is not correct. Then they are called as saccharides. Saccharum is a Latin word, means sweet. Since most of the compounds are having sweet taste, so they are called as saccharides. So this is glucose is the main component of blood. So human blood contains 65 to 135 milligrams per 100 ml of blood. The components of nucleic acids, ribose and 2-deoxyribose are also carbohydrates. So they contain number of hydroxyl groups and carbonyl group. Therefore, carbohydrates are defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes or polyhydroxyketones and other large compounds which give these compounds on hydrolysis are called carbohydrates. Now let us talk about how they are, what are the different type of carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are classified based on the composition into three types: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are the smallest molecules which cannot be hydrolyzed further. Example: glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose, etc. Oligosaccharides, they are made up of few monosaccharide units. So 2 to 9 monosaccharides are joined to form oligosaccharides. They undergo hydrolysis. On hydrolysis, they give monosaccharides. If they contain 2 monosaccharides, then they are called disaccharides. Example: sucrose, maltose, lactose. If they are made up of 3 monosaccharide units, then they are called trisaccharides. Example: raffinose. Polysaccharides are made up of large number of monosaccharides, more than 9 monosaccharides. It may be hundreds, thousands, any number. When they hydrolyze, they break down into large number of monosaccharides. They are the naturally occurring polymeric compounds. Example: starch, cellulose, glycogen. Monosaccharides, they are the basic components of all other type of carbohydrates. They are further classified on 2 types. One is based on the number of carbon atoms present in the molecule as triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, etc. If based on the number of carbon atoms, 3, 4, 5, 6 number of carbon atoms. And based on the whether aldehyde group is present or ketonic group is present in the molecule, they are called as aldoses and ketoses. Now, they are called by joining both type, like aldopentose means it contains aldehyde group and 5 carbon atoms in the molecule. And ketohexose, ketonic group is present and 6 carbon atoms are present. Aldohexose, like this we give the name which indicates both number of carbon atoms as well as the functional group, carbonyl group present in the molecule. Carbohydrates are classified in another way based on the taste and nature. There are 2 types of carbohydrates. They are called as sugars and non-sugars. Sugars are sweet crystalline solids soluble in water. Example, all monosaccharides and few oligosaccharides are sugars. Non-sugars are tasteless, amorphous powder, insoluble in water. Polysaccharides are non-sugars. Among sugars, there are 2 types of sugars, reducing sugars and non-reducing sugars. Reducing sugars are one which reduce Tollens reagent to a black precipitate of silver, Fehling solution to a red precipitate of cuprous oxide. All monosaccharides, maltose, lactose, they are reducing sugars. Non-reducing sugars which do not reduce Fehling solution and Tollens reagent. Best example is sucrose. Sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Now let us talk about the main component of carbohydrates, glucose. It is known as parent compound. All other compounds are very much related to glucose, or they are derived from glucose, or they are made up of glucose. Therefore, first of all, we should know what is the structure of glucose. So glucose is also known as grape sugar because it is present in grapes, and it is called as dextrose because it is optically active, and dextrorotatory compound. And it is also known as blood sugar because it is present in human blood. So it is the most common monosaccharide present in almost all plants and animals. Fruits contain glucose, grape contain mainly glucose, and hence it is known as grape sugar. Now it is obtained by the hydrolysis of starch and glucose. So we have to discuss the structure of glucose. It is discussed in 3 stages. One is open chain structure, second one is cyclic structure, third one is conformation. First, let us start with open chain structure of glucose. Now the open chain for any molecule is elucidated. The steps are, first step is very important. First step is molecular formula. So molecular formula indicates the actual number of elements present in the molecule. So it is discovered. It is determined by first detection of elements, estimation of elements, empirical formula determination, and molecular formula molecular weight determination. Using these 4 steps, the molecular formula of glucose is identified as C6H12O6. There are 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms are present in glucose molecule. Whenever oxygen is present, it is a special element. So it is always present in the form of a functional group. So we have to know in what form oxygen atoms are present in the molecule. So second step is glucose reacts with hydrogen cyanide to form cyanohydrin. It reacts with hydroxylamine to form oxime. It reacts with phenyl hydrazine to form phenyl hydrazone. All these reactions are the common reactions of carbonyl group. Therefore, these reactions indicate that glucose contains carbonyl group. So these are the reactions which indicates the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. So in carbonyl group means it may be aldehyde or ketone. So we have to know whether it is aldehyde or ketone. For the reaction is, best reaction is oxidation reaction. If it is an aldehyde, it is easily oxidized to carboxylic acid containing same number of oxygen carbon atoms. If it is a ketone, it resists mild oxidation And on strong oxidation, it gives carboxylic acid containing less number of carbon atoms. But when glucose is oxidized with bromine water, it is oxidized to gluconic acid, which contains same number of carbon atoms. And it reduces tolerance reagent to a black precipitate of silver, failing solution to a red precipitate of cuprous oxide. So it is known as reducing sugar. So this oxidation reaction indicates that the carbonyl group present in glucose is aldehyde and not ketone. Now, there are another 5 oxygen atoms in glucose. So when glucose is reacted with acetic anhydride to form penta-acetyl glucose. Therefore, glucose contains 5 hydroxyl groups. This is the reaction of alcohols. All alcohols react with acetic anhydride to form acetyl derivative. The number of acetic anhydride molecules reacted indicates the number of hydroxyl groups. Since it consumes 5 molecules of acetic anhydride to form penta-acetyl glucose, there are 5 hydroxyl groups. And all the 5 hydroxyl groups are attached to different carbon atoms, not to same carbon. Because if the more than one hydroxyl group is attached to same carbon, it is unstable. Since glucose is a stable molecule, so all the 5 hydroxyl groups are attached to different 5 carbon atoms. So in alcoholic group, it may be primary alcohol or secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol. So to identify whether primary or secondary or tertiary, so glucose undergoes oxidation with concentrated nitric acid to form glucaric acid. Glucaric acid is a dicarboxylic acid which contains two COH groups. So one COH group is obtained by the oxidation of aldehyde group. Since another COH group is present in glucaric acid, it should be by the oxidation of primary alcoholic group. Therefore, in addition to aldehyde group, there is one primary hydroxyl group is present in glucose. Out of 5 hydroxyl groups, one hydroxyl group is primary alcoholic group and remaining 4 hydroxyl groups are secondary hydroxyl groups. On complete reduction with concentrated hydroiodic acid in presence of red phosphorus, N-hexane is formed. N-hexane, there are 6 carbon atoms in the molecule. All the 6 carbon atoms are linear. Therefore, the 6 carbon atoms are linear. It is not a branched chain compound. It is a linear molecule. So, to explain these reactions, the following structure, open chain structure is given to glucose: CH2H, primary alcoholic group, and CHOH, 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 CHO. Aldehyde group always we have to take one end. And remaining 4 hydroxyl groups are secondary hydroxyl groups. So this is the open chain structure of glucose. Now, when we know the open chain structure, we have to know how these hydroxyl groups and hydrogen atoms are arranged on carbon atom. It is known as configuration of glucose. So configuration indicates the arrangement of hydrogen and hydroxyl groups on carbon chain. Always carbon chain we have to write vertically, and there are 4 carbon atoms which are marked as asterisk. These carbon atoms are known as asymmetric carbon atoms or chiral carbon atoms. That means they are attached to 4 different substituents. Based on the number of chiral carbon atoms present, so we can calculate how many optical isomers are possible by the formula 2 to the power n, where n is number of chiral carbon atoms. Here there are 4 chiral carbon atoms, therefore it is 2 to the power 4 equals 16 optical isomers are possible. When we write 16 different optical isomers, one structure, this structure related to D plus glucose. This D represents the configuration. The OH group at the highest chiral carbon is toward right hand side. Therefore, it is D configuration. If this is towards left hand side, then it is known as L configuration. So, but in glucose, it is towards right hand side. So, it is the D configuration. It is a dextrorotatory compound, optical active and dextrorotatory. Therefore, it is plus sign is given. So, the complete name is D plus glucose. So, this is the open chain structure. to remember the open chain structure, easy way, first we have to write the 6 carbon atoms in vertically and number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then first carbon should be aldehyde carbon. So CHO is written at first carbon and primary alcoholic group should be at one end. Therefore another last carbon primary CH2H is written. And on third carbon, OH group is written towards left hand side and second, fourth, fifth OH group is written on towards right hand side. So hydrogen is written to fulfill the valency of carbon. So the open chain structure of glucose is like this. So these are the reactions we have shown with the structure. Glucose reacts with the hydrogen cyanide to form cyanohydrin. It reacts with the hydroxylamine to form oxide. It reacts with phenyl hydrazine to form phenyl hydrazone. It reacts with bromine water to form gluconic acid. So COH, aldehyde group is oxide to COH group, gluconic acid. With concentrated nitric acid, it converts into gluconic acid, which is a dicarboxylic acid. Aldehyde group is oxide to acid, primary alcoholic group is oxidized to acid, gluconic acid. Then acetic anhydride to form penta-acetyl glucose. All the 5 hydroxyl groups are converted into acetyl derivative, so penta-acetyl glucose. And reduction with hydrogen in presence of nickel, catalytic hydrogenation, it converts into hexahydric alcohol, it is sorbitol. And complete reduction, it converts into NHCl. So these are the reactions of glucose. When it treated with phenyl hydrazine, it converts into phenyl hydrazone. If you use excess of phenyl hydrazine, then this phenyl hydrazone reacts further to form ozone. So this is the reaction of glucose with excess of phenyl hydrazine. Glucose reacts with excess of phenyl hydrazine to form ozone. Now, the open chain structure of glucose fails to explain some of the reactions of glucose. They are known as the drawbacks of open chain structure. All carbonyl compounds show a peak absorption band in IR spectrum. But in glucose, there is no absorption band due to carbonyl group. Then, glucose does not reduce Skiff's reagent. It does not form addition product with sodium bisulfite. Glucose pentaacetate does not react with hydroxylamine and it does not react with Grignard reaction. All carbonyl compounds, they give these reactions. But glucose fails to give this reaction. This shows aldehyde group is absent. But certain reactions proved the presence of aldehyde group. Therefore, aldehyde group is, even though it is present, it is not free. Aldehyde group is not free in glucose. Again, glucose in nature exists in 2 isomeric forms, alpha glucose and beta glucose, which undergoes beta rotation. Beta rotation means interconversion. Alpha glucose converts into beta glucose converts into alpha glucose through open chain structure. So this is beta rotation. There are 2 isomeric forms, alpha glucose and beta glucose. Glucose treated with methyl alcohol in presence of HCl. Glycoside is formed, which does not undergo beta rotation. All these observations cannot be explained by open chain structure. Therefore, Fischer proposed a cyclic structure to explain the above observations. For cyclic structure of glucose. So aldehydes and ketones react with alcohol to form hemiacetal or hemiketal. So aldehyde reacts with alcohol to form hemiacetal. So this carbon is not chiral, but when it converts into hemiacetal, it converts into a chiral carbon. So glucose structure contains aldehyde group and hydroxyl groups. Hemiacetal is formed between aldehyde group and the hydroxyl group at the 5th carbon. The hemiacetal is in cyclic structure. So it is known as cyclic hemiacetal. During the formation of cyclic hemiacetal, a new chiral carbon is generated. This is called anomeric carbon atom. So during the formation of anomers, The isomers are known as anomers. Aldehyde group is planar. During the cyclic hemiacetal formation, hydroxyl group on anomeric carbon may be towards right hand side of carbon chain or towards left hand side of carbon chain. So they differ in the configuration at anomeric carbon. They are known as anomers. Alpha glucose and beta glucose are anomers. So this is the animation which shows how open chain structure converts into a cyclic structure. The fifth OH group at fifth carbon forms hemiacetal with aldehyde group. Now in the open cyclic structure, no aldehyde group, which is present in open chain structure. So if the reagent is strong enough, it breaks the ring and converts into open chain structure where aldehyde group is there and the reagent reacts with aldehyde group. Like hydrogen cyanide, hydroxylamine, phenyl hydrogen, they are strong reagents which break the ring. Grignard reagent, sodium bisulfate, Schiff's reagent, they are weak reagents which cannot break the ring. Therefore, there is no aldehyde group, hence no reaction with these reagents. So this cyclic structure explains why glucose do not give reactions with certain reagents. So this is the open chain structure. So OH group at fifth carbon forms hemiacetal with the aldehyde carbon. So during the formation of cyclic hemiacetal, here OH group is towards right hand side. It is known as alpha glucose, and if the OH group is towards left hand side, it is known as beta glucose. These two, alpha glucose and beta glucose, are anomers. Glucose reacts with methyl alcohol in presence of dihydrogen chloride to form glycoside. Here, methyl alcohol cannot react with the OH group, any other OH group. Only the anomeric hydroxyl group can convert into ether group. So therefore, only anomeric group converts into methyl glycoside. No aldehyde OH group, anomeric hydroxyl group is free. Therefore, this cannot be converted into open chain structure. Therefore, this methyl glycoside do not undergo beta-rotation. Now, what is meant by beta-rotation? If you take a freshly prepared alpha glucose is a dextrorotatory compound. Freshly prepared alpha glucose solution shows a specific rotation of plus 113 degrees. Plus shows it is a dextrorotatory. So through 113 degrees, the plane of plane polarized light is rotated. As the time proceeds, the specific rotation decreases and reaches to a constant value of 53 degrees. If you take freshly prepared beta glucose, it shows a specific rotation of 19 degrees in the clockwise direction, plus 19 degrees. Later, the specific rotation gradually increases and reaches to a constant value of 53. So whether it is alpha glucose or beta glucose, the specific rotation reaches a constant value of 53 degrees. Then afterwards there is no change in specific rotation. This change in specific rotation from different values to a constant value is called beta-rotation. Now, Fischer structure, it shows it is a cyclic structure, 6-membered ring. 6-membered ring is a planar structure. Hence, however, he converted that Fischer structure into a planar cyclic structure, so it is known as Haworth structure. So, 6-membered ring with oxygen as an heteroatom is called pyrene. Therefore, cyclic hemiacetal structure is called pyranose structure. It is a planar ring. Pyrene ring is written as a 6-membered ring with oxygen at the right top corner. Always oxygen should be written in the right hand top corner. And the number in carbon atoms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 6 carbon. Between first carbon and fifth carbon, oxygen is present. So this is a 6-membered ring, pyrene structure. Now, when you convert Fischer structure into Haworth structure, the groups which are towards the right hand side of the carbon chain should be written below of the plane. Always the CH2OH group should be written at top, at the fifth carbon. And the groups which are towards left hand side of the carbon chain, they are written top, OH, H, OH, H. So this is the OH group at first carbon. Anomeric carbon is towards left hand side. It is beta glucose. Here it is towards the right hand side. Therefore, in the Haber structure, it is below the plane. So it is alpha glucose. So now the name is known as alpha glucopyranose, beta glucopyrene, because 6-membered ring with oxygen as a heteroatom is called pyrene. So it is a pyranose structure. The correct name is alpha glucopyranose, beta glucopyranose. 6-membered ring, it is not present, it is not a planar ring, it is having conformation, chain form. Therefore, it is the chain conformation of alpha glucopyranose, beta glucopyranose. Always the functional groups, they occupy equatorial position. Hydroxyl groups and CH2OH group occupy equatorial position in both alpha glucose and beta glucose, but they differ in the configuration at anomeric carbon. Therefore, in alpha glucopyranose, the hydroxyl group at anomeric carbon is in axial position, whereas in beta glucopyranose it is in equatorial position. So that is the difference. So between alpha glucopyranose and beta glucopyranose. Whenever any group which occupies equatorial position, it is more stable than the compound in which it is occupied axial position. Therefore, beta glucopyranose is more stable than alpha glucopyranose. The ring size determination. As we know that glucose is a 6-membered ring, it has to be shown that it is a 6-membered ring. So we will take the reaction where glucose, whether it is alpha glucose or beta glucose, reacts with methyl alcohol in presence of trihydrogen chloride to form methyl glycoside, where anomeric hydroxyl group converts into methyl ether. Then on treatment with methyl sulfate in sodium hydroxide, it forms pentamethyl glucose. Remaining all 4 hydroxyl groups react with methyl sulfate to form methoxy groups. Then on hydroxylase the dilute HCl, it gives a tetramethyl glucose where only anomeric carbon undergoes hydrolysis. Then on oxidation with nitric acid, it gives a mixture of compounds, methoxyacetic acid, dimethoxysuccinic acid, trimethoxyglutaric acid and carbon dioxide. Formation of this mixture of compounds can be explained only if it is a 6-membered ring. If it is not a 6-membered ring, we don't get these compounds. Therefore, formation of these compounds show that it is a 6-membered ring. Now this is the 6-membered ring, methyl alcohol with dry HCl. So only anomeric hydroxyl group is converted to methoxy group. Then on methyl sulfate in sodium hydroxide, remaining hydroxyl groups are also converted into methoxy groups. Then hydrolysis, only this methoxy group is hydrolyzed to COH, remaining are remain acid. Therefore now, since anomeric hydroxyl group is free, it can break down into open chain structure. This ring structure converts into open chain structure because anomeric hydroxyl group is free. Then on oxidation with nitric acid, so the carbon chain is oxidized. There are 2 ways of cleavage is possible as shown in the figure. A, if the carbon-carbon bond is broken between 4th and 5th carbon, we get a mixture of compounds, these two, dimethoxysuccinic acid and methoxyacetic acid and dimethoxysuccinic acid. If cleavage is broken between 5th and 6th carbon is broken, then we get this conversion to carbon dioxide and trimethoxyglutaric acid. So formation of these compounds indicate this is 6-membered. Now finally, whenever we determine the structure of any compound, it should be confirmed by synthesis. The molecule is synthesized using the known reactions and we have to show that it is the correct structure. We start from arabinose, 5-carbon chain arabinose. When it treated with hydrogen cyanide, we get cyanohydrin, we get the gluconitrile, and because during the formation the OH group may be towards right hand side or towards left hand side. When it is towards right hand side, it is glucopyranose. If it is towards left hand side, it is mannonitrile. Then on hydrolysis, cyanide group converts into acid group, so it is gluconic acid and mannonic acid. So whenever acid group and hydroxyl groups are present in the same molecule, Immediately it undergoes dehydration to form lactone. It is a cyclic lactone. So gamma lactone is more stable. Therefore, the OH group at 4th carbon and acid group they undergo dehydration to form gamma lactone. And reduction with lithium aluminum hydride or sodium mercury amalgamations of acid, it converts back into aldehyde. So it is glucose and mannose sweet. So the structure of glucose is similar to what we have determined. Therefore, the structure of glucose is confirmed. So this is the structure of glucose. Thank you very much for listening to my video.